Buongiorno, Roma. Wow. That was about all the Italian I can say, except Il Conto Prego and some other things, but let's leave it with that. My name is Tim Messerschmidt. I'm PayPal's lead developer evangelist in Europe, which means me and my team, we travel to all these amazing conferences, to startup events, to hackathons. We try to meet as many developers and startups as we can because we try to get the feedback from you guys to PayPal. We try to get news from PayPal to developers. And especially CodeMotion this year is a big pleasure for us because we realized Internet of Things is obviously the big thing for 2014. The makers scene is incredibly important. So no big company, no big corporate can ignore maker nowadays. And I think it's a huge chance for everybody being at conferences like CodeMotion and actually interacting with you guys over here. So today I'm going to talk about the future of payments, but in total this is actually something like actually where is the internet going to, and also how does technology evolve, because obviously payments evolve as quick as every other technology around, and it is becoming way easier from day to day, from month to month than it used to be. So to give you some kind of idea of the scale of e-commerce nowadays, I brought some numbers. I know the numbers are usually boring, but these are actually quite impressive. So I brought some numbers from 2013. So in 2013, just to give you the scale of e-commerce, PayPal processed more than $180 billion that were flowing through our gateways. More than 140 million users have been using our service, with more than 20 million actually joining just last year. So that's an incredibly growth rate. We see e-commerce is just gigantic. And to give you an idea, in Germany, every third euro in the internet being spent actually flows through our system. And if you now triple this scale, it's just incredibly huge. There's such a big potential for startups, for developers to earn money in this area. And something that I really love to talk about is the 3 billion transactions every year. So breaking down 3 billion transactions is actually even more impressive. That's more than 9 million transactions happening on an everyday scale. Every day, 9 million. That's a huge number. And breaking that down again is more than 6,000 transactions every minute and more than 100 transactions every second. So think about that. Now, and now, just 300 transactions and even more just happened. This is how vivid and this is how huge the internet is nowadays. But obviously that's not the only thing I want to talk about. Mobile. I mean, mobile is incredibly huge, it's incredibly important. And for PayPal, I showed you this big number, 180 billion. 27 billion of that is actually processed via mobile phones, via tablets, and that makes 15% of our total volume right now. And one thing that I really like to point out is that this number was actually just 7.5 million last year, so it's doubled within a year, and we expect it to grow even more next year. So mobile is obviously something that you should invest into as much as you can. And I think the current trends with appification, accessories, everything that's coming in really proves that mobile is the way to go. So there is this huge technology diversity. We have all these different form factors. We have got so much new stuff coming up. And if I look at my new Xbox One, that just processes payments when I want to buy a game. If I look at Apple TV, at smart TVs, at smart freezers that you can have in your kitchen that just order new foods, IP-connected coffee machines, like all these devices are coming up. And actually there's Sascha Wolter from another speaker who talks about the Internet of Things, about basically nearly every machine getting an IP at some point. And I absolutely agree, and all these things at some point will also be connected to commerce. So New technology is obviously what moves us and what makes things way more interesting and really exciting for us as developers. So who here is actually a developer? That's good. So we have a really good split. So what else do we have? Designers? Do we have product managers? A few. What else do we have? Shout out? No? All right, so lots of developers, some designers, just a few product managers. And all these guys are obviously involved in this process. If we look at wearables coming up like Google Glass, we see smartwatches, we see all these cool new devices. They all interact with your phone right now. And I think it's actually a smart way. So the phone is becoming our mobile central. It's becoming the one hotspot that we can use to do basically everything. And except maybe right now going abroad because of roaming. But if you think about anything else, our phone is basically the way to go, and everything else connects to it and makes it really smart and interesting. So for me, technology really benefits. I see some Game of Thrones fans over here. So technology obviously supercharges you guys and us and makes it super interesting to actually get in touch with new innovation. So for PayPal, one of the big trends that we see is obviously Bluetooth, and I'm talking about that in a second. So we have right now for this year 3 things that we do to accelerate innovation, to bring payments everywhere. So let me give you a background. eBay and all these kind of things replaced regular flea markets at some point. Amazon and like all those big other retailers replaced the regular store next to you. And now we see actually online being supplemented and supercharged by retail stores again. So people can actually go into a store and they get the same kind of functionality that they are used from Amazon. So you would get suggestions based on your previous purchases and all that stuff. That's actually something that we had back when I was a child. I was going into a store and the storekeeper recognized me because he still knew me. And he could tell me, last time you bought this kind of Lego, maybe this time you want something else. Nowadays, if you get into a store and you walk around over there, nobody recognizes you, you're anonymous, and that has obviously its advantages, but also it doesn't really feel personal. So these 3 things over here help to change that. On the left side, the first thing is called PayPal Beacon, which is a Bluetooth low energy beacon device. And what it does is broadcasts a signal 50 to 100 meters around the merchant store. And whenever I come into this radius, I can actually interact with my users. And my users can choose to do this or not. So think about the Starbucks that you might go to every day when you go to work. Instead of you taking out your phone and paying, or taking out your wallet and paying and all that stuff, you can just choose to automatically check you in at Starbucks every time you go into the store. So you don't have to take out your phone, you don't even need your wallet. And that makes a really nice payments experience. And that goes together with point 2. On the second side, we have the PayPal check-in functionality. So think about Foursquare combined with payments. So whenever somebody checks in into your store, he doesn't just get some awesome fancy badges at Foursquare. He also appears on the point of sale, and the merchant can actually charge him. So instead of me going into the store, taking out my wallet, he just sees my face is stored in PayPal's app, and he can just charge me saying, all right, you seem to be Tim. And that's a really nice experience that I love to do. You can do that right now in Germany, in UK, in America. It's really seamless and really great. And then there is PayPal Here. So PayPal Here is a credit card reader, because obviously not every country has the same kind of payment mentality. So looking at things like Germany or Italy, credit card usage is not as high as in the UK or in America, where you basically just swipe your credit card for everything. And that's partly because of chip and PIN, which means our credit cards here in Europe are protected with a secure chip and a PIN. But there's these devices like the PayPal Here reader, there's other competitor readers that allow to facilitate credit card payments. And since they are on the go, since they're mobile and they connect via Bluetooth Low Energy to your phone, they are just not fixed terminals. So you can actually walk around and accept payments. You can be a merchant on a flea market, you can be an ice cream van, anything that basically could accept payments, could accept credit cards suddenly. And the technology actually making this happen, for me, is right now Bluetooth Smart, which some of you might know as Bluetooth Low Energy, so they just rebranded the whole thing. And the big advantage of that is actually being incredibly energy efficient. So who has Bluetooth on his phone turned on right now? That's a few, like 10% probably. My prediction is next year it's at least going to be 25 to 30% of this room. Because most of the phones that you see around right now, they are running with Bluetooth 2, Bluetooth 2.1, some of them Bluetooth 3. Bluetooth Smart is Bluetooth 4, and what it does, it basically transfers data in a way more energy efficient way, and therefore doesn't suck up your battery. So I have a Pebble normally, I just forgot it at home, but I have a Pebble smartwatch, I do have a health device that tracks how much I walk around, and all these devices that are connected to my phone during the whole day, and there is really little to none battery impact. While when I remember my Bluetooth headset that I had 2 years ago, it sucked up the battery immediately. And the nice thing is that's basically the technology used for beacons. So if you think about 1 year from now, more and more people will actually have Bluetooth turned on their phones. They go into a store location and they just get these advantages. But also, we can go a step further. So looking at fingerprint sensors, that's a really great thing right now. Samsung announced the Galaxy S5 just recently at Mobile World Congress. Apple has the iPhone 5S with fingerprint sensors. And obviously, these kind of things help to facilitate payments really fast. Because what they do is basically every time you touch your phone, you give the agreement to pay or to unlock or something like that. Obviously, that comes down to the discussion security versus convenience, but it's still way better than passwords. So key issues of passwords are quite obvious. They are being reused, people phish them, they are key locked. There is such a big list of issues that passwords have that anything else is better as an alternative. So did you see the top 10 password list of 2013? So my favorite is actually Adobe wants you free. I'm not sure if they sponsored this list to be in there or not, but also very nice is I love you. So people are very positive nowadays. So you see there is kind of a pattern of really easy passwords. So password cannot be the solution. I talked about wearables already. There's Pebble, which is the most incredible Kickstarter project ever. There is, I think, IMWatch from Italy, actually. There is Android Wear, which comes out with Motorola and LG. The Samsung Galaxy Gear 2. There are so many new cool smartwatches which enable people to consume basically anything on their wristbands. And it has some slight advantages, like you don't need to annoy people. Like when I want to see how much time I have left in my speech, obviously this annoys you more than just having a quick look at my wristbands. And to me, developers are basically the one big important part about this whole story. Developers have to make this come true, and developers have to shape the future. So you have all these amazing new tools that companies open up. You have APIs, SDKs, you have vCloud, exciting technology like NFC. You have different form factors that you can cater to, and you should totally just do it. A way to get started is obviously hackathons. So what you should do is go to a hackathon, try out something new, meet new people, and start projects from scratch. Try some new technology that you didn't use before. And there's a great chance actually doing that with us. We did a big hackathon last year over 14 cities. We do the same this year again. It's incredibly fun. You should definitely join us. So the next one for you will probably be Berlin. And to give you a brief summary, developers are incredibly important, and payments are just as awesome as the developers who produce them and make them happen. So us as a payment service provider, what we do is we provide a great developer experience by making APIs approachable. The industry tries to come up with new trends like beacon devices, with all those other things like NFC. There is a lot of cool tools that you can use to create and build and make. So please do so. Thank you.